Hello friends, I am Mr. Sanjay K. Bhadke, presently working as an assistant professor at Department of Civil Engineering, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Friends, if you remember in the last class we discussed about the various introductions part of the transportation engineering, which include the various aspects related with the road engineering and bridge engineering. In last class, we also discussed about the JICAR committees, Nagpur Road Plan, Bombay Road Plan, Lucknow Road Plan. What are the IRC and other technical bodies? In addition to this, we also discuss about the various classification of road like national highway, state highway, major district road, other district road, and village road. So these are the introduction part, and today we are going to discuss about the various aggregates, various material, those we are using for the construction of the flexible pavement or rigid pavement. So basically we know that aggregate is one of the important material which normally we are using for the construction of the road. Normally for the construction of flexible pavement we are using aggregates. So aggregates plays a very important role for the road construction, and if your material aggregate is good proper, it will reduce the damage to the road structure. These are the various syllabus part which we will see later. Today we are going to discuss about the aggregate and its objectives. The student will able to understand from this topic that properties and specification of different material used in the road construction, and we are also going to discuss about the various tests which are performed on the aggregates and bitumen. So there are some desirable properties of the aggregate which should be important in the point of construction. So what are these properties? So these desirable properties are strength, hardness and toughness. We know that aggregate is the topmost layer of the road surface, and normally the very heavy vehicles and its wheel load is directly act on the road surface. There is the wear and tear action and also crushing. So aggregate those who are using in the top surface should be of the high quality and should have a great strength. If it's having a great strength, so in that case there will not be any type of failure. The second most properties is the hardness. The aggregate used in the surface course are subjected to a constant rubbing or abrasion due to the moving traffic. The aggregate should be hard enough to resist the abrasive action caused by the movement of traffic. The abrasive action is served when steel tired vehicles move over the aggregate exposed at the top surface. So hardness is also very important property. The aggregate is always come in contact with the various steel surface and various wheel of the vehicles. So if there is a hardness, it will less damage to the surface. So hardness is a very important properties of the aggregate. Toughness, the resistance of the aggregate to the impact is termed as a toughness. Resistance plays is a very important role. If aggregate resists the various wear and tear action, so you will get the toughness. Aggregate used in the pavement should be able to resist the effect caused by the jumping of the steel tire wheel from one particle to another at different level. Cause impact on the aggregate. We know that due to the reduction and increase in the speed of the vehicle, the various steel tire of the vehicles are always jumping, and due to this jumping, the direct force will be come on the surface of the road. So there should be the proper toughness. If toughness is there, there will be less damage to the structure. Next property that we are going to discuss is the shape of the aggregate. Aggregate shape plays a very important role for the construction, road construction. Basically, the aggregate those we are using for the road construction should have the cubical size, should have the angular size. It should be elongated, circular, and it should not be flaky. If you are using the flaky material as a construction material, so it will may not be the proper material. So aggregate which happen to fall in the particular size range may have a rounded, cubical, angular, flaky or elongated particle. It is evident that the flaky and elongated particle will have a less strength and durability when compared with the cubical, angular and rounded particle of the aggregate. So there are number of research, and after going through this research, it has been noticed that flaky and elongated particles are not proper for the road construction. So you should use the circular, cubical or angular type of material for the road construction. Then adhesion with the bitumen. The aggregate used in the bitumen pavement should have a less affinity with the water when compared with the bitumen material. Otherwise, the bitumen coating on the aggregate will strip off in presence of water. Next point is the durability. What do you mean by durability? The material should not, or material should stand in any weather conditions. Normally in India we have three type of weather: winter, summer and rainy season. So the strength of the aggregate should be like that there should not be any effect of this various season on the material. This is called as the durability of the material, or seasonal durability. The property of aggregate to withstand adverse action of the weather is called as soundness. The aggregate are subjected to the physical and chemical action of the rain and bottom water. There is an that of atmosphere. Hence, it is desirable that the road aggregate used in the construction should be sound enough to withstand with the weathering action. Then freedom from the deleterious particle. We know that the material of aggregate, those who are using for the road construction, it having the mud or any other type of dust. So before using this material for the construction, we should clean all this material with the help of the water. So that is called as the freedom with the deleterious particle. The specification for the aggregate used in the bituminous mix usually require the aggregate to be clean, tough and durable in nature and free from the excess amount of the flat or elongated pieces. Dust, clay, balls and other objectionable material, similarly aggregate used in the Portland cement concrete mixes, must be clean and free from deleterious substances such as the clay, lump, chat, slit and other organic impurities. But in short, you can understand there should not be dust, there should not be any type of material that should be with this aggregate. If you not clean this material, there will not be get the proper bonding with the various material, and it will affect on the strength of the aggregate, and indirectly it affect on the strength of the road construction. So how we can know these desirable properties of the aggregate? So before using any material for the construction, we should check its aggregate properties. So to check the various aggregate properties, there are various tests which were carried out on the material. So in order to decide the suitability of the aggregate for use in the pavement construction, following various tests can be carried out. The number one is the crushing test. Crushing matlab making the powder. Abrasion test, impact test, soundness test, shape test, specific gravity and water absorption test, and bitumen adhesion test. So these are the various tests which were carried out on the aggregate. Once we carried out this test on the aggregate, and if we get the result, so we can understand what is the quality of the aggregate, what is the quantity of the aggregate, and how this aggregate can be used for the road construction. You always remember one thing: if the strength and all desirable properties of the aggregate is good, then you will get the proper bonding, you will get the proper strength, and you will get the long life of the construction of the road. And when you are going to construct the various flexible pavement, we are providing the various types of aggregate layers. So aggregates plays a very important role, and we know that there are two type of aggregate. One is the fine aggregate and second one is the coarse aggregate. So name of the aggregate will be given as per the size of the aggregate. The same aggregate if we are using for the railway construction or a permanent way construction, so in that case we are using a somehow bigger size of aggregate. So in railway construction, that particular aggregate is called as the ballast. So you may remember, if size is more, the aggregate's name will be changed. In railway engineering, if you are using the same aggregate with the large size, then it is called as the ballast. But if you are using the same aggregate in the road construction, then it is called as either fine aggregate or coarse aggregate. So getting the proper value, getting the proper strength, and to check the various desirable properties of the aggregate, we have to follow all these tests. Once again, I am remembering, I am under saying you this test. The number one is crushing test, abrasion test. Abrasion test is also called as the Los Angeles test. Impact test, impact loading, soundness test, shape test, specific gravity and water absorption test, and bitumen adhesion test. So now our next point is crushing test. So let's discuss about the crushing test and how we can perform this crushing test in the laboratory. Basically, uh, one of the model in which pavement material can fail is by crushing under compressive stress. All these tests, you can take crushing test or any other test, it can be follow the rules and regulation which can be laid by the IS 2386 part 4 and used to determine the crushing strength of the aggregate. The aggregate crushing value provide a relative measures of the resistance to the crushing under gradually applied crushing load. The test consists of subjecting the specimen of aggregate in standard mold to a compression test under the standard load condition, which shown in figure number 1. The dry aggregate, you can understand, for this process or for this test we are using the dry aggregate. The dry aggregate which passing through the 12.5 mm sieve and written on the 10 mm sieve are filled in a cylindrical measure of 11.5 mm diameter and 80 centimeter height in 3 layers. Each layer is stamped with the 25 times with a standard tampering rod. The test sample is weighed and placed in the test cylinder in 3 layers and each layer being tampered again. The specimen is subjected to a compressive load of 40 tons gradually applied at the rate of 4 tons per minute. Then crushed aggregates are sieved through a 2.36 mm sieve and weight of passing material is expressed as a percentage of the weight of the total sample, which is the aggregate crushing value. So if you want to calculate the aggregate crushing value, this value can be get W1 by W2 multiplied by 100. So this is a very simple test. In the test, what we have to do, we have to select a aggregate. That aggregate should be the dry aggregate and it should be passed through a 12.5 mm sieve. Then you have to put this aggregate on a mold with a different layers, and the height of these layers is 18 centimeter. You have to apply the various tampered load and force on this test sample. After giving the various load in tons, which is gradually applied at the rate of 4 of tons to per minute, and doing the same process continuously, finally we get the crushing material, or it is called as the crushing powder. Then you have to collect this crushing powder and sieve it through a 2.36 mm sieve, and after sieving, the passing material can be uh, can be measured in the terms of weight. That will be the W1, and percentage of the total sample will be W2, and that aggregate crushing value can be get by W1 divided by W2 into 100, and this value should be more than 35. If this value 35, more than 35 or less than 35, if value less than 10 significance, then it will be the strong aggregate, and if more than 35 or above the 30%, it may be considered average aggregate. Okay, so this way you can calculate the crushing test. Crushing test is a very important thing. Now here you can see this is a crushing test apparatus, where we have put various sample in various three different layers. Here we are providing the piston for applying the load. The sample is provided on three different layers with a 18 centimeter height, and continuously we are applying the load 4 tons per minute, and after that we will get the crushing material, and as I told previously, we will check out the sample. So this is the small test which normally we are carried out on the aggregate, and it is one of the important test which will give us the better results. Second one is the abrasion test. Now we are going to discuss about the second one of the important, that is abrasion test. Abrasion test is also called as the Los Angeles abrasion test. The instrument which we are using for the abrasion test, it's manufactured in the Angeles. So it is also called as the Los Angeles abrasion test. This abrasion test is carried out to test the hardness properties of the aggregate. You may remember one of the important thing, if you want to calculate the hardness properties of the aggregate, we are performing the abrasion test. It play a very important role, and this test is also done as per the various recommendation given in IS 2386 part number 4. This Los Angeles abrasion test is preferred, one of the carrying out the various hardness property, already I told you. So for this test we are using a Los Angeles machine which consists of a circular drum. The Los Angeles machine having the one circular drum at which internal diameter is as a 700 mm and its total length is 520 mm, mounted on a horizontal axis, and it is rotated, which will shown in you figure. An abrasive charge consists of the cast iron spherical ball of 40 mm diameter and weight 340 to 445 gram. Means when normally for this process we are using some cast iron spherical ball of 40 mm diameter, and the weight of the one ball is near about 340 to 345 gram, is placed in the cylindrical along with the aggregate. The number of the abrasive sphere vary according to the grading of the sample. The quantity of aggregate to be used depend upon the graduation and usually range from 5 to 10 kg. The cylinder is then locked and rotated at the speed of 30 to 300 rpm for a total 500 to 1000 revolution depending upon the graduation of the aggregate. So I thought you can understand what we are doing here. We are taking one Los Angeles machine. It is a big drum with a 700 mm length and 700 mm diameter and 520 mm length. Here we are putting our aggregates, and with this aggregate we are providing some iron spherical ball of 48 diameter and which having the weight of 340 gram. Once we put quantity and aggregate together in the drum, we will lock the drum, and that cylinder will be rotated at a speed of 30 to 300 rpm for a total 500 and 1000 revolution will be provided depending upon the graduation of aggregate. After specified revolution, the material is sieved through a 1.7 mm sieve and pass fraction is expressed as a percentage of total weight of the sample. This value is called as the Los Angeles aberration value. So after once we completed the revolution, we will collect that aggregate material from the drum. We will sieve that from 175 mm sieve, and the pass fraction is expressed as the percentage of the total weight of the sample, and this value is called as the Los Angeles aberration value. The maximum value of 40% is allowed for WBM base course in Indian condition, and for bitumen concrete and maximum value 35 is specified. These are the standard which is given as per the various IS code book, and it is also recommended by the IS 2386 part 4. So this is the application test. I already told you it is also called as the Los Angeles aberration test, which normally we are performing to know the hardness properties of the material. So in this figure, you can see this. This is the Los Angeles aberration test setup, where we are using the various steel ball for this process. In this drum, we are putting various aggregate with this steel ball, and locked it and revolve it with an 30 to 300 rpm by giving a total 500 to 1000 revolutions. So this is the Los Angeles machine which normally we are using for the calculate the aberration test value. You can see this another instrument which we can use to calculate the specimen values, and it can be recommended by the IRC. So this way there are many others instrument also which is useful to calculate the hardness properties of the material. This way we have the impact test also. So in case of impact test, we are providing the various impact load on the aggregate, and basically impact aggregate test is carried out to evaluate the resistance to the impact of the aggregate. Here aggregate passing through 12.5 mm sieve and retained on 10 mm sieve is filled in a cylindrical steel cup of internal diameter 10.2 mm and depth 5 cm, which is attached to a metal base of impact testing machine. The material is filled in 3 layers where each layer is stamped for 25 number of blow. The metal hammer of weight 13.5 to 14 kg is arranged to a drop with a free ball of 3.80 cm by a vertical guide, and test specimen is subjected to a 15 number of blows. The crushed aggregate is allowed to pass through 2.36 mm IS sieve, and the impact value is measured as a percentage of aggregate passing sieve to the total weight of the sample. So this is the impact test. Normally this impact test were carried out to know the resistance of the impact of the aggregates. There are this way there are a number of tests. We briefly discuss about the aberration test. We briefly discuss about the crushing test, and that these are the two important tests. Other tests I already shown you. One is the impact test, second one is the soundness test. And basically soundness test is also intend to study the resistance of the aggregate to the withering action. The next test is bitumen adhesion test. The bitumen adhesion test is a normal type of road aggregate test, provided they are dry and free from the dust. Basically, when we are using any material for the road construction, so I already told you that material should be free from dust, free from clay. So to know all this thing, we are using this bitumen addition test. So student, these are the various tests normally we are performing on the aggregate. Then what is the need to perform this test? Because if we not perform this state properly, and if we are not getting the results properly, so it will affect on the road construction, it will affect on the structures of the road. Because you know that when we are going to construct any flexible pavement, we are providing the various layer number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and finally we are providing the topmost layer as a bitumen layer. But if your down layers are not good, if your down layers should not have the strength, so it will be damaged, because number of vehicles are moving from the road, and there is a very heavy load which directly distributed over the surface of the road, and through surface of the road it will transfer to the various layers, so which may be harmful, and which may be damageable to the road construction. So aggregate plays a very important role in the road construction, and while we are doing any road construction, we should take care of this type of material. Aggregate is one of the important material, and it should be proper, it should have a desirable strength. And before using, all his desirable strength should be tested. So student, this way today we gone through the various properties and various tests which are carried out on the aggregate, and in next class we are going to discuss about the next topic. Thank you very much.